Hey guys, Michael here. Today I'm bringing my latest Skyrim build and perhaps my greatest Skyrim build as well. Today we have the Stormcloak Assassin. An unorthodox assassin uses a warrior type playstyle to kill her enemies secretly. She's a die-hard Nord and a true nationalist. Now onto the backstory. The Stormcloak Assassin was born in Windhelm to a well-respected Nord family who were in love with Talis the hero god and were also advisors to the Bear of Eastmarch. During her childhood she was a keen worshipper of Talis and always enjoyed praying to him with her mother and father. However, at the age of 10 the White Gold Concordat was signed and the worship of Talis was outlawed across the provinces controlled by the Imperial Legion. This meant that she could not worship Talis anymore, otherwise she would have to fear for her life. After her parents lost their jobs due to the Talos situation, they decided to relocate to Hammerfell because they could not get jobs and most importantly couldn't worship Talos freely anymore. They moved to Dragonstar and became well-respected citizens there, spreading the word of Talos as much as they could. Unfortunately, her parents were murdered by Falmor spies during their time, as they were Talos worshippers and were well known back in Skyrim and across Tamriel. This meant that the Stormcloak assassin had to do something, and she decided to hunt them down to as far as they came. She tracked them down all the way to the southern Alakir desert and hired some mercenaries to come and take them out. She slaughtered every last Falmor there, and after her task was complete, she kept the group of worshippers and devoted her life to Talos, and she started a conflict against the Falmor by openly calling the group the Free Order of Talos. She realised that they were outnumbered, they needed to attack the Falmor from the shadows, and she learnt the art of stealth. When she heard about the Stormcloak Rebellion in Skyrim and the fight for Talos, she just had to return to homeland and fight for what's right. At first, however, she wasn't actually a warrior, and she joined the sect of small Black Ops agents who were basically fighting from the shadows. These people were not known, and if something went wrong, they could just easily go off the record. She was a very key role for the first year of the Civil War, and she was very powerful and a very good killer. However, she was then caught by the Imperial Legion. Now before I get onto the skills, there's some mods that you need to get for this build. Obviously this wouldn't be a modded build if there weren't any mods. So the mods you'll need are the Immersive Armors mod and the Immersive Weapons mod, but also you'll need Skyrim Unbound. Now the Immersive Armors mod is needed for your armor, which is the Stormlord armor, where you have the full set. You will also need the Immersive Weapons mod to get your free weapons, which are 2 steel katanas and a Viking double axe. And finally you'll need Skyrim Unbound because you'll pick the option where you're stuck in a cell in Falkreath, because that was where you're caught when you're on a mission to try and assassinate one of the Imperial advisors that were there at the time. Now there are actually a huge amount of skills needed for this build to work at its best, but it's not that important if you don't have some of them, because some of them are only just optional, but they are quite useful if you have them. So the 6 skills are Sneak, One-handed, Two-handed, Heavy Armor, Smithing, and a small amount of Enchanting. Now, Two-handed, which is going to be your main combat focus, will be used to wield your Viking double axe, which is a very aesthetically good looking axe. It's a very powerful one if you upgrade it through smithing, and also you'll need smithing to upgrade your armor to a huge armor rating. I clocked something over 400, so this is quite an overpowered build as well, but it's very, very good looking build actually. I like the whole Stormlord armor, which is your heavy armor, and you'll be wearing that all the time when you're wearing heavy armor. But the whole point of this build is you want to come across as like an unknown person, so you don't want to just be wearing Stormlord armor when you're walking through Solitude. You want to wear civilian clothes, where I just wore fine robes because that's what they all wear, and that will be how you come across. Now your enchanting will be used to actually get rings to improve your sneak, because it's quite hard to sneak with heavy armor because it just basically gives your cover away. So if you get rings with quite high sneak fortifies, then it'll just be really good. And finally, one hand will be used to dual wield 2 katanas, and I like the katanas because they just look really good, and they'll be good for close-up kills when you're slitting someone's throat, so those are the ones I used. Finally, I just want to talk about stat spread and shouts. Now the stat spread will be 4 health for 1 stamina, if you get what I mean, and that'll be useful because you'll be really tanky, and you'll also have enough stamina to just do rolls and what you need to be when you're basically doing assassinations. And the quests is also, you'll do the Civil War quest for sure, and you'll probably do the companions as well because that's kind of a Nordic thing to do, if you get what I mean. And finally shouts, there's quite a few shouts you can use. Now, Unrelenting Force, Inferno, all the main ones, because you're going to be the Dragonborn. The main questline is going to be really important because you're going to uphold those Nord traditions. Wow, that was really fast. And also, you'll have Elemental Fury, which is probably the most important shout because it's just so beastly with dual wield katanas. It'll just look really sick and really useful. And yeah, that's about it for today's video. It's quite short actually. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them these length. I'm just didn't have much to say else. So thank you for watching this modded build. I hope you enjoyed the Stormcloak Assassin, and if you did, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And actually I'll be uploading the next build, excuse me, as soon as I can really. As soon as I make it, I'll be uploading it because I'm a bit behind. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and see you later.